Once upon a time in the bustling town of Whiskerville, there was a quaint fish store known as the Salty Scales. It was run by Mr. Whiskers, a feline with an eye for high-quality seafood. One sunny afternoon, Mr. Whiskers decided to take a rare break and entrusted the store to his old friend, Miss Featherfins, a trusting parrot. Unbeknownst to her, as soon as Mr. Whiskers left, 5 sneaky dogs were plotting a hilarious adventure. These dogs were known around the neighborhood as the seafood sniffers, renowned not for their stealth, but for their sheer love of seafood aromas. The leader was Rex, a Doberman with an extraordinary sense of smell. There was also Bella, a stubborn but clever beagle, Max, an inquisitive border collie, Daisy, an excitable golden retriever, and Bruno, a rather lazy yet surprisingly resourceful basset hound. Their plan was simple: take over the Salty Scales and sniff out the best seafood in town. The challenge, however, lay in distracting Ms. Featherfins. As the dogs skulked behind the nearby trash bins, Rex huddled them together for a final briefing. "Remember," Rex said in his deep, commanding voice, "our goal is to get inside, sniff out the best seafood, and get out before anyone notices. But first, we need to create a diversion for Ms. Featherfins." Action began with Bella and Max orchestrating a daring distraction. Bella began doing what she did best: bark enthusiastically at nothing in particular, while Max put his herding skills to work by gathering a dozen neighborhood squirrels and orchestrating a chaotic tree-to-tree dance right outside the store. As planned, the commotion caught Ms. Featherfin's attention. Alarmed by the cacophony outside, she squawked loudly and flitted outside to see what the fuss was about, leaving the store unattended. Seizing the opportunity, Rex nodded to Daisy and Bruno. Daisy, with her boundless energy, dashed inside and immediately started sniffing the display. Bruno followed at a more leisurely pace, but his low stature was perfect for snagging a few low-hanging treats. Daisy's nose led her to a crate of salmon, her eyes wide with excitement. "Guys, over here! It's the jackpot!" she barked joyfully. In the meantime, Bruno's resourcefulness paid off as he nudged open a barrel of shrimp that sat temptingly to one side. Outside, Bella and Max kept the show going. Bella's barks had become a symphony of canine excitement, while Max, ever the conductor, kept the squirrels twirling in perfect chaos. As the seafood sniffers each enjoyed their newfound treasures, Rex monitored the door. He timed their fun, mindful of any potential return of Ms. Featherfins or, worse, Mr. Whiskers, who was known to randomly swoop back. With their seafood exploration concluded and their noses thoroughly delighted, Rex signaled the crew to retreat. Like a practiced unit, the dogs exited just as Ms. Featherfins made her way back inside, none the wiser. Later that day, as Mr. Whiskers returned, he noticed the store was a tad messy, and a few fish seemed to be missing more than just scales. Still, nothing too wild for a typical day at the Salty Scales, or so he thought. Meanwhile, in a cozy backyard, 5 satisfied and rather sleepy dogs lay in the sun, savoring not just the taste of their spoils, but the thrill of their successful fishy adventure.